That was my favorite film of the. I mean, okay, The Taxi Driver is my.
I was gonna get because I know that's your favorite movie.
But it was my favorite one.
Lee, what did you did? Oh wait.
I left for do the. I was
That's right, your
because you
mom
were
took
hyping it up.
right there.
You were hyping it
You
up.
have to feed the chickens.
I was. Stop with my chickens, okay? I have 3 chickens, just in case you don't get it. So what?
And he feeds
Okay,
them.
I got 3 chickens. I feed
Someone's
them.
gotta feed them chickens.
But I had to go mow
Oh,
lawns.
mow the lawn too.
I
I
had
To
mowed
get
my
his
lawns, I
Kingdom
mowed-
Hearts game. How'd that work out for you? Where's your Kingdom Hearts game?
That's me.
Alright, that was fucked up. I love you, Lee. Alright, so Lee didn't get to see friggin' Do the Right Thing, man. That's
Yeah, it's
your
brutal.
mom. Your
It's
mom.
brutal.
I love your mom. But
You're-
I love your mom timed that perfectly.
I think she loved it. She loved it.
My mom said she
Oh,
loved
oh,
it.
well, yeah. His mom saw the
I don't know if she
movie
agrees with
when
the
I saw it.
politics, but I think.
Yeah, she's a political woman. She is very much so.
I don't know if she agrees
And
with.
she's from New York. so
But I
she
did
got
mention
it,
that, and not to say anything bad about your mom. I just think, I mean, your mom, of course, politically did. Your mom's a young Republican, and you know, most of us are.
I don't even know. If
I'm an older liberal Democrat, but I mean, I think when the movie came out, your mom saw it when I saw it because we all saw it when we were in the graduating class, and it's just I think one of the most powerful films of any time. I mean, at that time, the decade, and even now, it still lasts because, like I said, especially in New York. I mean, I don't want to label Texas. I've only been here a year, and I mean, I've had my fair share of racism already. But I mean, nothing like this. I mean, in New York, it'll always be this way, and it's sad, but it's true. You know, it's just so many races together. Racists, not racists. The races. I mean, I should say. You know, it's gonna. It's coming,
Yeah.
bound to happen. I mean, you know, and it's just a great film. I remember, and I will say this, to sum it up, I was in a movie theater in Brooklyn, the Alpine, which is mixed. It's a Spanish neighborhood, but now it's more Middle Eastern Muslim. But back then, it was mostly Italian. A lot of whites, Italians, Irish neighborhood, Bay Ridge. And I remember sitting there, and I was by myself. I went through a phase. I don't know if you do this, Jeremy, because I went through a phase where I had to go by myself to the movies because nobody wanted to see the movies I wanted to see.
I'm getting into that phase.
You're in that phase now because they're like, Jeremy, I don't see that movie. It seems boring. You're like, it's a good movie.
Why don't you just tell them come, man?
No, at the time it was like I'm seriously like
I
from
make them
1988 to 1990, I just saw movies by myself because nobody wanted to see.
I've been dragging my brother.
Like he drags his brother. You told me.
North by
Like,
Northwest.
I feel bad for him.
He loved it though. He really did. So Carlos.
Yeah, you were telling me that. Yeah, I don't like North by Northwest, but I was in the theater and it was like the theaters. I'm telling you, it's like so many different types of people in the theater watching it. So you could drop a friggin' pin and it would sound like a nuclear explosion. That's how quiet after this happened. After the whole movie. And it's like at the end, you see the whole Malcolm X, Martin Luther King speech. And I'm like sitting there and I'm crying and I'm like, oh my God, this movie's fucking the greatest movie in the world. And this girl right next to me, you know, typical Italian girl. Fuck. If you watch the Jersey Shore, at that time, that's who was living in Brooklyn. And she just said, she turns to her boyfriend. And I was like right next to her. So I like look over when she's turning. I'm trying to hide that I'm crying, but I look. And I think she's going to say it. And she just says, I don't get it. And I was like, what? And I just got up and I was like, this is my point. I was like, this movie, it changed. At that time, it changed me. And I was just like, I was angry. I was angry that I could have been in the movie if I fucking fought my mom and dad about going to this program. It's just angry that, you know, this movie's...
You could have played the guy that led
the Spanish guy. I always say that. I said, I could have been that Dominican guy.
him.
Hola, got a chocolate. I love that music. But it's just like, it moved me. And at that time, I'm trying to think. The only movie I cried, I think, before that was friggin' Platoon.
Wait, how old
in
were you
1986, like 3 years before that.
How old were you when that came out?
When I was 18, and I was just entering film school. I was going to film school in Brooklyn College, and I was just like, I said, this is the movie. This is a friggin' powerful film, and this is what I would love to do. I would love to do something like this because
it's
at that time,
entertaining. And it's not totally serious but it is in the end.
Like it drives it home. It's like if you were sitting there enjoying these, you know, these chuckling, but then at the end it's just like that fist just hits you right in the friggin' face, and I said, this is. And it's like I remember, and I don't know if you again you're young, but I don't know if you looking back on the internet. What's her name? Kim Basinger had come up, and she was nominated for something that year. But when she introduced the film, I remember she just got right on that soapbox and said, this is the film that should win every award this year. And I remember at that time, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she's saying this. And people were like, you know, whatever, because it touched, you know, it touched the pulse of the race of America. And people were actually shunning from this film, and luckily, Danny Aiello was nominated. The movie was nominated. I think he got nominated for director. I'm not even sure. I know the screenplay was nominated, but it didn't win anything. And I was just like,
yeah, that's understandable though. I mean,
yeah. So I mean, you knew, but to this day, I'm proud to say I saw it. I was there when it happened. It was like one of those where were you when JFK was killed kind of movies. It was a really great film. So,
yes.
What did we see after that? We saw After Hours. So,
Oh my gosh.
what did you think of After Hours?
I loved it. I've never seen it before, and it's like I just loved like the whole at the end he just goes back to where he started.
Genius.
Like that blew my mind. Like
it did, right?
Like,
That's a mind blower. I
whoa.
agree with that. I'm not a young kid like Monique, but I agree. I mean, the fact that it just begins and ends in the same spot, and the way it does is just fucking genius. I mean, did you see After Hours?
Which one was that?
That was after Do the Right Thing.
With the $20 bill.
No, because you came for Leon.
I mowed 2 lawns.
2 lawns. What was so, Jeremy? Your first time watching After Hours?
I really liked it. I mean, I'm a huge Scorsese fan.
Yeah,
I love everything he's done, and this was so different from anything he's ever. Like what?
Definitely.
If I had watched that and not known that it was Scorsese, I would not have ever guessed it would have been Scorsese. So I thought it was really cool. I think everybody's good in it. I don't even know what the guy's name is.
Griffin Dunne.
I don't even know who he is.
He was in his biggest fall. I could follow his career. American Werewolf in London. He plays the one who gets attacked by the wolf.
Okay.
That was like Griffin Dunne's big role. And then I'd say his career died in like maybe 89. I mean, after that, we never saw him again. But
and After Hours was 86. 86. Okay.
So, I remember, again, I mean, just a little trivia. I mean, what happened was Scorsese was shooting Last Temptation of Christ, and they had run out of money. So he came back to New York while they were trying to finagle some more money to shoot some more stuff out there. And he just said, I'm going to make a movie. And they shot this stuff. I think it was not even 30 days. It might have been a couple of weeks. And they just popped out. And it's like, when you think about it, it's just such a... It's... Okay, I mentioned to you, did you ever see M? What do you think about being compared to a Kafka?
That one I don't remember too well. I've seen it, but I don't remember it too well.
Like the whole notion that, in M, Peter Lorre plays, let's say it straight out, child molester. And, he gets marked by one of his victims. And at the whole movie, it's the same thing. Like, these people chasing him through the night. And of course, the Nazis made the movie, so a lot of German expressionism. But it's a dark film that, even though this guy's a child molester, you want him to get... But it's like, you're actually like, shit, he's being chased by these people where, it's like this angry mob going after him. You almost want him to get away. And in this film, it's actually like that. This guy, he's running through the streets of New York, and he can't even get home because of all these circumstances. And you just want him to get away, And it's like,
all
really...
he wanted was sex.
Yes. What all men want on what was it, a Thursday? It was like a really weekday too. I was like, what the hell? But it was free sex, yeah. What are you gonna do about that?
Why are you making that face?
Who? Me?
Oh my God, Emily.
Oh, my wife. My wife in the background. Well, I mean, yes. But yeah, it's just a really good film. A very small film. Like I said, it's not Academy Award nominated in any way. I mean, it's just a very solid film that this guy made, and it goes to show you how great Scorsese is. It's like, if anything, I should have picked King of Comedy. I love King of Comedy.
Oh yeah,
that's another great New York film. But I mean, it's just like he does that. Like I forgot. Like Raging Bull came out, and then the next movie he makes is King of Comedy. It's like really subtle, small, little dark comedy again, and then he does the Last Temptation of Christ, but in the meantime, he's like, let me make this movie.
Even Last Temptation of Christ, though, it's like, what? It's weird. That's a different film.
Very different.
Scorsese.
Very controversial. I mean, what's the other one? Is it Little Buddha? What's the name of the Buddha film he did, too? Like,
I don't know.
It's like he just, like, he'll make this big freaking, like, Goodfellas, and then the year later he makes this Buddha film. And I'm like, what? It's like... But I love that about him. It's like, you can't say, it's another mafia movie or another gangster film.
Yeah.
He'll do something about a guy running through the streets of New York trying to get home, after trying to get laid. So, and then, of course, Leon the Professional. Yeah. I like Luc Besson. I mean, I don't like the French, but I like Luc Besson. I like The Professional. I also like Fifth Element, another great film of his. But what do you think of The Professional?
I love Natalie Portman. She's adorable, and she's a great actress. And it's weird because even though he was a perv, I wanted them to be together.
Yes, Lisa.
I wanted them.
That was there. I don't care what you say. It was there. It was there. In the French film, they kissed. I'm telling you, you don't believe me, but it's true. But go on.
Yeah, I wanted them to be together and be happy.
I did too.
And it was just good.
Lee, what did you think of The
That was
Professional?
the film with the whatchamacallit, the Hitman.
guy.
The Hitman, yeah.
One, I do not think they had a relationship like that. Okay.
Oh my God, Lee.
No, stop,
Lee,
stop.
did you see it?
Let me talk. All right. I didn't think it was like that.
She goes, did you see it?
Even though she liked him like that, he felt
He
more like a
liked it.
parent. He felt more like a parent.
I'll
to
agree
her,
with
I
that. I'll see.
Go on.
I get that.
I think he was fighting it. He was fighting
No,
it.
yeah,
He
you're
He
right.
was. He
You're right.
was,
But
bro.
I
I
wanted-
got her back, man. I got her back. But all right. So besides that, Lee, what you think of the movie?
I thought it was a good movie. It was a very well planned and precise movie.
You know what's funny? Before I get to Jeremy, is what I remember the movie being this like friggin' nonstop John Woo action film,
No, it's totally
and it's
not.
not. It's just a good, well played drama. And at the end, you got this fucking
With some
genius
action.
ending of action, like
And the
friggin'
action, yeah, the
It's a-
action
it's
was
a good
great.
drama.
yeah, you
film
got
with some
people
action.
flying through the air, shooting at people, but only in one sequence. And I'm like, damn, I remember this movie being nonstop, but that's how great the film is. It plays like, what you think, Jeremy?
Oh, I really like. That's another one.
And you've seen that before.
Yes, that was another one of the first few films that I'd really. I was one of the first R-rated movies I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
I watched it with my father, and I really liked it then. I remember Gary Oldman.
Oh man, I didn't even talk about that.
And I mean, whenever I'd seen that movie. So when like Dark Knight, when all his, I don't know, I can't think of just off the top of my head of the other things he's done more recently that are more popular. Like I remembered him from The Professional when I saw his name in the cast listing for all these new films he's doing. It's just that is Gary Oldman to me. This is his best role ever.
I thought he was a lot.
And I love him in Dark Knight, but I mean, I will always remember him from The Professional. He's
What'd you say, Lee? I'm
so
sorry.
good.
I thought he was a lot better in The Professional than he was in The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
I
didn't-
had a different role.
Because he was so over the top. I mean,
This is one of those like this is his crazy role.
It's a completely
You're
different
gonna-
role.
You know, it's like Heath Ledger. You're like he's the Joker.
Everyone!
This is his Joker role. Like, and so I will always remember him for this. Even I watched this like 7 or 8 years ago as well, so it's been a while. But I remember him. I remember how awesome he was. And then Jean Reno and Natalie Portman. I mean, she's my favorite.
she's so good. I want her to do Matilda. I pray that she does Matilda.
I just pray that she still does movies. So I don't care. I mean, I would marry her if I had the opportunity. After Garden
I'm
State,
married
you
already
just
to a beautiful
can't.
one, but
Oh, she's awesome. And so yeah, I really I'm not creeping her on that in this movie.
I was
After Garden State, let's go with that.
All right.
After Garden State. I really love The Professional. It's one that will always have a place in my heart.
To talk about
I
Gary
don't know what
Oldman.
I'd rate it though. I don't know what kind
No,
of
yeah,
rating I would give. Probably an 8 or 9.
Yeah,
Um,
8 or 9 is good.
I love the movie though, but I don't know like as far as just like.
Have you seen? Okay, well, I mean, to segue into Gary Oldman, because have you seen all of his of you? Have you seen like Sid and Nancy, his first big film here?
No, I haven't seen.
You've never seen Sid and Nancy?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You got to get the Criterion version. And then Prick Up Your Ears, which was his first film here. Another great movie you got to watch. Have you ever seen Romeo's Bleeding?
I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one was really good. That's another New York film.
I don't remember much of it, but I know
that
I've
one
seen
he's
that
good
one.
in. And then there's like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. He's in. It's another good movie he's in. I mean, I love Gary Oldman. I mean, it's funny because now that I think about it, I think I've seen all his movies as he came here, and like in the 90s, like right before Tarantino's explosion, he did a lot of gritty films that were really well done, and I was like, I like movies like this. And then Tarantino came out, and then it was like, that was it. He owned the genre of like fucking whatever you want to call his films, But I mean, Oldman's great and everything he does. I mean, he even did Beethoven, and I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure he was genius in it. I mean, anything he's done, he's really good. Like even in The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
The scene that he plays as Zargon, whatever his name is, just so freaking good.
They almost tried to bring back this kind of role in the Book of Eli, I think is what they were going for.
Yeah, you mentioned it. I haven't seen it, but he's in it too, right?
It is good. It's not my favorite. I don't know. It was good. I don't know. I think it was trying a little too hard to be a little bit more than it was.
Yeah.
It was just,
haven't
I
seen
typically
it.
don't
Was
enjoy.
that the one with that guy?
Denzel Washington, and he's the Book of Eli. I'm assuming it's the Bible.
I thought Gary Oldman
Yeah,
was
it's like
good.
Jesus. That has something to do with God.
It's good. It's a good twist. I thought.
Don't give away nothing. I've never seen it. No
I'm not gonna talk
spoilers.
about it.